What's up, solutionaries? Everybody, welcome to the Maj Toure Show. I am your host, Maj Toure. It is October the 29th, the year 2025. So they say. We got 3 days left, 2 days and some change, and we determine if Black Guns Matter is going to continue. For those of you that are not aware, the anti-gun forces are shifting their tactics and why we have to respond. That's tonight's topic. We're going to be pushing all of this, and it's going to be a crisp show tonight. It's a Second Amendment show. So you guys know the rules. Come in, comment on the chat. Tell me where you're from, what platform you're watching from. If you're watching on X, share the space all over the place. If you're watching on YouTube, repost it. If you're watching on Facebook, Rumble, whatever you're watching it on, make sure you share it all over the space because we don't do ads on the show because we don't want to be controlled. We don't want to raise funds about $75 million and then somebody comes and kills us because we don't want to take another $100 million from them. So we'd rather you guys share the space all over the place. What's up, y'all? It's a lot going on. We got 2 days left, and I'm thinking about if I'm going to stay up the entire time to fundraise. We need 300 and, let me do the math real quick, 370 more donors at the $100 level to keep our classes going. It doesn't look like we're going to make it. I'm going to keep pushing my ass off, pause, though, and we'll see what happens. So let's get in the comment section. Let's share the live. Let's talk all over the place because I want to talk to you guys because that's important. This is social media. Listen, guys, the anti-gun forces are shifting. They're learning. They like AI. And I ain't talking about Allen Iverson. All right? They are growing and evolving. And it's our job to make sure that we are paying attention to that. Okay? On the screen right here, you see David Hogg and Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett is now coming out saying that she has a gun. She's a gun owner. Kamala Harris, about a year or so ago, was on the campaign trail, said she was a gun owner. And this speaks to where we're going as it relates to the Second Amendment community getting comfortable as the anti-gunners adapt. And so we're going to talk about those things tonight and how they do it. Let me check the chat again real quick. We got STVA, I don't know how to say that, but says silence the violence and shun the guns. Wow. Silence the violence and shun the guns. You're going to be an interesting person to talk to on the channel. You're probably in the wrong motherfucking place, right? Because guns actually make the community safer, safe and responsible firearms owners. But they're going to say that. The shows tonight is about infiltration. And it looks like, based on this person right here, silence the violence and shun the guns, they are the trolling or we being infiltrated in the chat. So we'll see how goofy or not goofy they'll be tonight. What's up, Rob? How are you? Mahagan, what's up? Wild Self, what's up? Over in South Carolina. Big Rob. OZ Money. What's up, everybody? Guys, the anti-gunners getting punched in the face and going in the closet or going in the corner to regroup is a dangerous thing, okay? And I really want y'all to understand that they're not like, they play dumb. They play the drunk monkey. They play stupid. You think that Jasmine Crockett is stupid because she, I don't know what that, why, but she do that like fake ghetto accent, okay? And that's not how she talks. Because her constituents in a certain area are communicating that way, she adapted. She went to like private school or some shit, all right? Now, I'm not attacking private school or saying people from the hood can't go to private school, right? I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is they will adapt. Being a politician is 1,000% the game. These fake snake public servants play the game of saying one thing specifically to one particular room and saying a whole nother fucking thing in a room. That's how we are as solutionaries able to catch them in their bullshit so often because they forget that this internet thing and this Wi-Fi thing and this phone thing, and they say one thing in one room and say a whole nother thing in the other. And that's just what it is. So they're adapting. But it's not really about them tonight. It's about telling you guys what they're doing and how they're adapting. But at the same time, it's also about what we're not doing, how we're allowing them to get wins. Right now, Republicans, which are supposed to be pro-gun, we're supposed to be the crazy gun nut people, okay? We're supposed to be the crazy gun nut people. We're supposed to be having, oh, just the Second Amendment and nothing else. Tell the left say it. That's all we care about. It's scary if we get in office because mass shootings are going to go through the roof because all we care about is the guns. We don't care about the children. And they're going to remove all restrictions. And now Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the executive branch. They went out of their way to make sure that the pro-gun legislation from the big, beautiful bill got removed from that bill. We on the right, in some instances, on the bigotry side of things, the negative side of things, we are the thing that the left paints us as. Okay? But on the areas where the left says we are the good things that are limited government things, we are not the thing that the left paints us as. And I say we because I'm a libertarian. I believe in that philosophy of libertarianism, limited government. There's some crossover, but that is politically right of center in the political aisle. So I group myself in that because I'm a part of this thing on this side, but I don't individually think like that. So I'm saying this to say, the left tell it, soon as we get in control, we get a majority, a super majority, everything gonna be guns, 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 guns. That's not the case. Why? Because rhinos are in position in DC for the most part. Again, the areas where the left paints us negative in the sense of it has nothing to do with limiting government, we be that. For the longest time, we made fun of people on the left because they said, oh, you guys are literal Nazis. And I'm watching people platform and kiki it up with people that are literally saying, I admire Hitler, I admire Stalin, calling black people niggas. I'm watching people ignore all of that and champion this person as literally a person that the left called us what we are. And we do it. But when it comes to limited government, Second Amendment, human rights, we don't step up to those stereotypes. We get pro-gun legislation out of the big so-called big beautiful bill. Why? It's because comfort kills us on the right. The two-way wins that we had by doing great grassroots work as it relates to the Bruen decision. Black Guns Matter is cited in the Bruen decision. That if you don't know what the Bruen decision is, that was a landmark overturning of archaic unconstitutional carry laws for the state of New York. You know, the state that they told me to never go to with Black Guns Matter. Don't go to leftist cities. They're a lost cause. People on the right told me that. So we start getting these wins. We start getting millions of new gun owners. We start marching towards the actual solution. Then people start getting comfortable. This was mentioned in the movie Rocky. When somebody wins and then they sleeping on them silk sheets, you're not hungry no more. You're not hungry like Clubber Lang was. Y'all remember him? Some of y'all babies. Y'all new to the game. Y'all new to this. I'm true to this. I'm a senior citizen. I'm 65 years old out this joint. All right? So I remember when Rocky won the championship and Mr. T, Clubber Lang, was on his ass and whipped his ass because of them silk sheets. We as the Second Amendment community get on the silk sheets. That's why we're at risk in 2 days of not being able to continue our free classes, the work that actually got us in the Bruen decision. Because I did this as a cooperative economics voluntary thing to show libertarian, ideology in action. And we've had successes, but we still $370, $100 donors away from that. So saying this to say, the two-way wins that we got has made us complacent. Republican gets into office, gets into the executive branch. We think that our Second Amendment rights are absolutely defended. Meanwhile, we haven't even got the fucking NFA repealed or the Gun Control Act repealed. It's wild. The Second Amendment community thinks we've already won. Meanwhile, people like David Hogg and people like Jasmine Crockett are readjusting their messaging. They're readjusting the shit. They packaging it differently. Jasmine Crockett is literally talking about she's a gun owner. And she'll blame it. She'll say, yeah, all these crazy white people. She'll say that shit, right? And then she'll get some of the love because some of you on the right will invite her to the cookout, invite her to the Second Amendment cookout because she said something about, well, I got a gun. Well, she's a fucking anti-gunner that's lying to you. There's a scene in the Game of Thrones where I forget his name. Y'all don't beat me up on the names. But this dude was a captive. And then Jaime Lannister said, send him over there since he's the master of the house. And the dude that was defending the house was like, don't let him in. He's been there captive for however long. You're not listening to him, even though he's the owner of the estate of the, the Lord of the House, he's about to do Jaime Lannister's bidding, dummy. It's a Trojan horse. So some of us on the right will let a Jasmine Crockett into the pro-gun cookout because she said she got a gun. And there's no proof. There's no video of her fucking shooting. And even if it was, I don't give a fuck. The legislation is the opposite of what these motherfuckers say. Because we playing this like right versus left thing and being stupid as opposed to doing to, if you're not limited government, defending the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, fuck you. We're not drawing lines in the stands. In the sand. Ironically, we call ourselves conservative, but we're not conserving things. And these people adapt and they reword their thing. And some of you splinter off because she said this is cool to come into the fucking cookout. Like Kamala says, I got a Glock. No, the fuck you don't. Kamala, whatever the fuck your name is. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop lying. The community thinks we already won. Our opponents are evolving their tactics. And you start thinking about this very, very poignant and powerful quote. Rights don't disappear overnight. They fade while people are distracted. What are your pundits on the right doing right now as the left is gearing up and rechanging? And we're going to go over a few of these things tonight and how it's happening. Guys, also, givesendgo.com/solutionary. I want everybody, guys, we got 2 days left. We got today and 2 more days. October at midnight. I sound cool, but I'm stressing like a motherfucker, okay? 9 years of our work. If you're on our Solutionary newsletter or our email list, you got an email talking about this earlier. I've been doing this work, the Second Amendment work, for 9 years, okay? The classes have been free for 9 years. Free. Because of voluntary donations. We are trying to purchase our building to keep one city at least that we can do these classes for free to whoever wants to, okay? We're trying to make an offer on the building. We need all of the support we can get. We need 370 more donors at the $100 level. I'm going to ask everybody's support. There's few ways that you guys can support. 1, donate. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary is scrolling right beneath me. 2, grab some merch. $100 or more, you get free shipping. 3, go to solutionaryuniversity.org. Sign up for Solutionary University enrollment. Get access to all of this stuff. Jerem Hoba says, just sent a $100 donation. I got your email right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to say your first name if that's okay. I'm going to assume that because the first 4 letters are the same, that you're okay with it. Actually, I'm going to just say Germ. Germ H. You just sent, and thank you. And you're about to get an email from me. I literally just got the email right to my phone. So now we need 369 more donors. Let's get 69 at the $100 level tonight. There's 115 of you watching right now. If we do not do this by midnight, on October, Halloween, spooky fucking season, right? If we don't do that, the classes are done. 9 years of my life, right? And it's not going to be the end of my life. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to lose to the fucking anti-gunners. If there's 118 of you in here, we can get 69 people to donate at the $100 level. Now, I'm going to say, Germ. I don't know if you want your name out there. Germ. You're about to get an email back from me after the show. It's an email, it's an onboarding email with access to all of the Solutionary University video modules, curriculums, meal plans, workout routines. You get access to our Solutionary private community, all of the stuff. So thank you for that. Let's get 10 people tonight, even while the show is on. You can play the show in the background. Go to givesendgo.com/solutionary and support. I know that our work has been impactful, and we've been busting anti-gunners' ass for years, and we've been making magic happen with pennies. Once we get a solid building that we own and we can do whatever we want in there, it's up. It's up. I'm thinking about staying up for the next 51 hours and not going to sleep and just staying up and doing lives every hour, literally just to fucking like fundraise. We need 369 folks. Let's get 69 of y'all. It's 120 watching tonight. Let's get 69 folks to donate at the $100 level. And I'm sorry if I'm not saying 25, 40, 50. It's crunch time, guys. It's crunch time. We need all of the help that we can fucking get. So throughout the show tonight, play it in the background. Go donate. I'll get the email notification. I might shout. I will not name of value, all that other good stuff. So if you want to, just say, just did it, and I'll make sure I give you a shout. When you put your donor comment, If you got a small business or something like that, somebody that you know doing good work, put them in the donor shout so that people scroll, they can see that business. Put their website, put all of that, okay? Anyway, back to the topic. Rights don't disappear overnight. They fade while people are distracted. While we're distracted, what are our pundits on the right talking about right now? They're talking about, they're making fun of Americans, the 40 million Americans. And let's be honest, a lot of them are doing it because they're trying to package it as if black people are like the primary people on fucking welfare. And we all know the data proves that that's not the case. So they're making fun of SNAP EBT recipients and they're not talking about legitimate shit. While we're distracted on that, right now today, the Fed is talking about what the interest rates are going to be. None of the pundits are talking about actual monetary policy. And I'm sorry if it seems like I'm beating up on our own side, but we supposed to be the light bringers, the torch bearers out this motherfucker. If we the people that's supposed to be informing the people, and we making fun of 40 million Americans, and as we're saying wrong shit, though, the vast majority, like 80% of the people that are on SNAP EBT, the vast majority of those people have jobs. They just not talking about the weakness of the American dollar. So our pundits are making fun of 40 million Americans. The vast majority of them work and they just need a little bit of assistance. And I'm not justifying people staying on welfare for their whole life. But when we look at the numbers and go, damn, that's not what the pundits are doing. The pundits are making fun of those people, but not talking about monetary policy like Jerome Powell and the Fed right now about to say, this is what the interest rates are going to be. We're not, our pundits, because it's not sexy enough. It's not clickbaity enough. They're not talking about the Second Amendment. They're not talking about Jasmine Crockett and David Hogg and all of these people that we'll talk about tonight retooling their approach. These same Republicans and their pundits, because that's what the media class is, they're not talking about the serious shit, but at the same time, they're making fun of 40 million Americans while not talking about the real culprit, why 40 million Americans would need or the vast majority of those Americans would need assistance is because the weakening of the dollar. So the very thing that impacts the strength or weakness of the dollar, being the Fed, today, Jerome Powell and the Fed are announcing what the fucking interest rates are going to be. None of the pundits are talking about that, but they're making fun of Americans to co-sign the bigotry. Like I said earlier, we've become the thing that the extreme left has packaged us to be. Maybe the left had something right when they were saying it. But our pundit class is talking about stupid shit. Yeah, again, I said this a few nights ago. We're talking about we're using AI to make these stupid fucking videos. Dumb videos that have nothing to do with anything. Not utilizing this amazing tool to strengthen our way of life. Rights don't disappear overnight. They fade while people are distracted. And we are distracted. At the same time, black gun owners in Chicago charged with felonies despite valid FOIA cards. CCL say they're traumatized. I did a show on this a few nights ago. Talked about this a few nights ago. The conservative movement is supposed to be the people that are talking about the issues that limit government. So when government stays out of the American people shit, free market enterprise, limited government, less regulation, the economy flourishes. People are having more babies. People are buying homes. The economy is great. But when you have more inflation, when you have more overregulation, when you have all of these things and we're arguing about the fucking culture war and going back and forth about the problem, including the Second Amendment disrespect that's happening, we're supposed to be the people that's doing that, but we ain't doing that. It's a new entire wave of gun owners. I've said all gun control is racist for the larger part of 10 years now. When I first started it, people on the right was mad that I used the word racist when it literally is racist. So you couldn't see the forest for the trees. I'm telling you, you fight back against the left by using this factual thing. Y'all don't like racism on the left, right? This is systemically negatively impacting a big chunk of Americans that happen to be black. You should not be advocating for gun control. Did that, got pushed back. So right now, as we make progress by still continuing to push forward, And more black gun owners in American history than ever were purchasing firearms. Now we got FOIA cards and anti-gun at Chicago with FOIA cards and CCLs and all of that type of stuff. These progressive so-called cities still criminalizing self-defense, but where are the fucking pro-gun conservative pundits that are supposed to be talking about this? I did a show on this very thing last week. I think it was last week. They're not talking about it. They're making fun of 40 million Americans that have needs that the government is in conjunction with the Federal Reserve Bank, because the Fed is not a governmental agency. It is private bankers. So instead of our conservatives talking about those things, we making fun of 40 million Americans that need help because the Fed, in conjunction with the United States government, is weakening the dollar. In the year 2024, the United States dollar lost 10% of its value. I want to say that again. In the year 2024, the USD, the United States dollar, lost 10% of its value in 1 year. For damn near 200 and some odd years. It took 200 some odd years, or 100 and some odd years for the national debt to get to 30 something trillion dollars. It went 1 trillion in 1 year. Okay? STVGS TV, right, says something stupid here. We're talking about reducing youth gangs and illegal gun violence. Goofy, right? Yes, you're goofy. I want to put, in a second, I'm going to put the call-in number in. I gave you one chance to argue your position, right? I'm going to give you another chance to argue your position. I'm going to put the call-in number up. And I bet you bitch up and don't show up for the call-in and show your face. Exactly. Exactly. You dumb motherfucker. Exactly. You stupid motherfucker. Coward. I beat you. You beat yourself. I ain't even had to fucking show up. You pussy. Look at you. Coward. Let's get him blocked. He's scared to come on the show anyway. Let's get him blocked. I'll put him in timeout. Maybe your bitch ass will come back later. But if not, that's fine too. See, this is what we up against. There's no such thing as an illegal gun. Illegal gun violence. I'm going to put the StreamYard up. Matter of fact, let me go. I done fucking blocked them already. Damn, I'm so fast to block them, motherfucker. I got a sub-second draw. I'm so used to blocking them. It's a habit. I done blocked them already. I said I wanted the receipts and he got out of there. And that's what, all you got to do is contend with these goofballs. That's all you got to do. They don't have nothing. But what happens on the right, we start not doing what we fucking supposed to do. We're supposed to be conquering this shit. Again, the Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the executive branch. The Republicans went and got pro-gun legislation removed from the big, beautiful bill. That wasn't Democrats. It wasn't Democrats. It was Republicans. So the Republicans aren't talking about this conversation. These black gun owners and a new wave of arrests. Legal firearm owners, so that using their language, legal. These progressive cities still criminalizing self-defense. Why are we not talking about this? Oh, because we wanted to go back and forth about what the fucking NBA was doing. Our pundits on the right are doing this soft bigotry of low expectations and doing the dog whistling shit. This is what fucks me up, right? Y'all make me sound like a leftist because y'all do the shit that the leftists say you doing. And then when I see that I'm doing it because I'm objective, because we solutionaries, then it look like, oh, Maj must be a leftist now. No, it's not that. You're doing the thing. So now it's low key. Oh, I guess I got to pay for ghetto baby mama stuff with my tax money. You get to say that all over social media, low key implying that it's black people when the data does not support that claim. And you're still not talking about shit that actually happens. And I'm looking at all of the fucking pundits doing this shit. I'm looking at it. All of the pundits is doing that shit. And some of them, we follow each other. I see the Hodge twins doing it. They just got around to talking about Kash Patel blocking the investigation into seeing if the people that killed Charlie Kirk had foreign ties. That is literally a story now. But the pundits is going to catch up on it later. Because they was spending the last 2-3 days making fun of 40 million Americans. Okay? So the black gun owner conversation isn't had. They're not conserving anything. This is where the term rhino comes from, in name only. We could call Thomas Massey a Republican in name only, Rand Paul, or Ron Paul, right? Because they actually libertarians that just played the two-party system to get into their position. But they're actually libertarians. So that's the good way of being called a rhino. The vast majority of the politicians in D.C. are Republicans in name only because they don't conserve anything. They got us talking about the culture war bullshit and not talking about legitimate policy and legislation that would limit government. Why? Because they down with the scheme at this point. They don't want trained, empowered black people. I'm sorry if somebody gets offended by I'm saying that. Not really. I'm just saying it. Okay? They're showing you. Their pundit class is low-key making fun of black people. You're being the thing that the left called you. Oh, they've been calling us racist for so long, we might as well be racist. What type of stupid shit is that? No, you just wanted a reason to showcase your bigotry. We are watching people, again, like I said earlier, we are watching platforms highlight, as long as it's okay. And I know some of y'all gonna feel like I'm being collectivist right now. I'm not. I just happen to be American that happens to be black. I'm watching our pundit class. It's okay if you disrespect black Americans. It's okay. We can say we don't like the blacks. We don't want to be around the blacks. Y'all motherfuckers, if Strom Thurmond was alive right now, y'all would be like, well, he's a grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, but I like his views in opposition to the fucking Israeli government. So it's okay. Fuck the blacks. But then wonder why black people go, I'm not going over there. You champion absolute clowns. You championing someone that says, I like Hitler and I like Stalin. Take the race part out of it. Stalin is a fucking communist. Hitler is a fucking fascist. That 1000% contradicts American individual sovereignty. So you're championing and high-fiving a dude that's like, I don't want to be around the blacks. But it's just jokes. You champion that same person that says, I like Hitler and I like Stalin. You're on the right. Then you get mad when people on the left go, you look like a fucking Nazi. Then, when black people start to get more and more firearms and getting involved with the Second Amendment, Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the executive branch, and you don't even take the pro-gun legislation that is in there across the fucking goal line. You get rid of that. And you say, oh, no, it's okay because we got the $200 off of the tax stamp. The NFA itself shouldn't fucking exist. You got all three branches of government. Where is the legislation to remove the NFA? So when all of the black people go, hey, y'all sending fucking federal troops into Chicago, but you're not, and the pundits are clapping for it. Fuck states' rights. Our guy said it's okay. Meanwhile, in the state of Illinois, in Chicago, law-abiding citizens, FOID card holders, CCL holders are getting arrested, and your pundit class aren't saying a fucking thing. This is why I am separate from both of these so-called parties. I am a solutionary. The both sides of these fucking tables and both wings on this plane are fucking corrupt. And the pundit class on both sides are fucking reflective of that. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Black gun owners in Chicago getting arrested. You sending more fucking federal troops in there. And I'm not supposed to say nothing because I'm right of center. Fuck you. I'm American first. I'm actually American first. I am the fucking archetype of what a rebellious, American, in shape, limited government, conservative, liberty-minded individual is supposed to be. I am the fucking archetype. I study, I work out, I care about my community, I love my countrymen and my countrywomen, and I call the government on this bullshit, whether it's on the left side or if it's on the fucking right side. And if you're watching the show, you're probably a part of that same energy too. That's why you're a solutionary. That's why I want you guys to be in our community. Help us. There is none of the people that's going to be teaching a class, traveling around, calling the local, state, and federal government to task, doing the podcast, communicating all of these things while teaching people, and we did it 4 years with voluntary donations. None of your fucking pundits are doing that while calling the bullshit. I seen Dave Smith and Nick Fuentes. Oh, that's interesting that you... It's cool if we talking about fuck the black people while we mad that black people don't want to come to our side. I love some of Tucker Carlson's takes lately, 1,000%. And you can have a conversation with anybody, but where's the fucking pushback? It's so everybody in a rush to champion the people that's going to divide a big portion of America. It's the same as you're not looking at the actual data. You're going to say, well, the blacks are violent inherently. If black people were violent inherently, white people or any other group that was rude to us would not fucking exist. That's the same thing that the left says about pro-gun people. It's the gun people. They the problem. If we, the people with the guns, were the actual problem, y'all will be fucking dead. Come on. Come on. And now all of a sudden, I'm supposed to not call the bullshit. I'm supposed to act like this isn't happening. I'm supposed to not tell y'all, hey guys, the left is shifting their tactics. I'm not supposed to tell y'all that shit like this is happening. None of your pundits are talking about it. If you're right of center, you're supposed to be pro-gun, period. Things have standards. Words have definitions. Value systems, philosophies, and ideologies have structures and principles. Glock is capitulating to California and Gavin Newsom by changing their models to V's. Oh, because we can't have the Glock switches on the back of them. So we're going to change our entire fucking structure from outside pressure that didn't even really pressure us. But it's cool because we'll still sell guns to our biggest base, which is law enforcement in America. I might never buy a fucking Glock firsthand ever again in my fucking life. But your pundits aren't talking about this. They'll talk that Second Amendment shit when convenient. They'll say, hey, Second Amendment. They'll say all of that shit. They won't say, Glock, you're corny as shit because of the fact that you guys are capitulating to an anti-gun agenda, but you're not impacted by it because you're still going to sell billions of dollars worth of guns to law enforcement agencies all around America. Your pundits are making fun of 40 million Americans that need EBT, or at least utilize it or get a benefit from it. They're not talking about the big corporations. They're not talking about the politicians. They're not talking about any of that shit. But I'm not supposed to either. That's why I don't like none of these fucking people no more. I don't want to do I don't want to do nobody else's show. I want to talk to y'all every day. I don't want to go be at your corny ass, or even at some of these events are cool. I like Freedom Fest. They've been super duper with me. They have actual liberty people. They got a whole run of the gambit. Okay? But a lot of these things I don't want to fucking go to. I remember one time I was in an event and they had a Ronald Reagan dinner, and I was just like, Ronald Reagan it was the start of the end of conservatism in America. What the fuck are you talking about? But I'm not supposed to say that. So, we don't want it. I don't know if we can have Maj. No, you can't have Maj. Maj said you can't have Maj. Fuck you. I want to talk to and build solutionaries. But we're not supposed to talk about that. I'm not supposed to tell y'all this is what's happening. I'm not supposed to tell you they canceling certain models, Glock, to appease regulation pressure. When you want to talk about a culture war. When a major firearm company starts to bend, that is the culture shift. Because the dollars are associated with it. See, that's where the culture war conversation has some validity, but you got to tie it into other things. You conserve the culture by maintaining the principles and the standards. And when companies go unconstitutional, anti-Second Amendment and start taking a knee to the rage mob, you push back against them and you don't support their company. You should not be buying any of them V Glocks. You shouldn't be buying them. You see what the fuck happened with Cracker Barrel? But that was up y'all alley. Everybody wanted to push back against Cracker Barrel because it looked like, and then all of the bigoted, the Matt Walshes could say, no, this was an old-timey store that reminds us of back in the day. And they doing the low-key dog whistle shit. But nonetheless, and I love fucking Cracker Barrel. And I was the first one to be like, that shit should not change. Y'all stupid. That shit is not going to change. I swear I said it. The same day, I was like, that shit's never going to happen. My point, though, is the culture war matters when you push back on it in a way that impacts the economy. The economy of the people trying to shift the culture in the wrong direction or destroy the thing that you're trying to conserve. So when that major firearm company, fucking Glock, we just got took over by the fucking granddaughter, I think. Gaston Glock, y'all know, died a few years ago, and his daughter took over and shit. And now they doing this V leftist shit. When a major firearm company starts switching and bending that way, that's the culture shift. So you guys talking about that fucking culture war. Because yet again, you're making 40 million Americans while not talking about the weakness of the fucking dollar, while subliminally saying it's the blacks' fault. That's like the standard go-to, and I'm going to keep repeating that tonight. And I dare somebody to tell me show me where I'm wrong, because I'm open to being wrong. Corporate compliance is how rights get chipped away without a vote. Corporate compliance are how rights get chipped away without a vote. Glock, a corporation, says, we're going to change this. Some of you motherfuckers are still going to buy Glocks. First market. Brand new, out the box. Not me. Fuck Glock. I'm not accepting of that. I never went back to H&M after they did that coolest monkey in the jungle shit. I never bought nothing else from Gucci after they did the big fucking lit thing with black people, that sweater. I never bought nothing else from Gucci. I don't even buy designer at this point. I buy American-made brands that are in alignment with liberty, the Constitution, and limited government. And if I find Wrangler is anti-gun, I stop wearing fucking Carhartt. I stopped wearing Carhartt because they tried to make their fucking employees get the fucking jab. I never bought this shit again. We vote with our dollars. Our cultural expression is the direction that we go that way, tying it into the economics. When you separate your culture, your religion, and your fucking economics, you fucking lose. That's what I love about the Jewish faith. Them motherfuckers keep their culture, their religion, and their dollars all together because that's all politics. But I'm not supposed to tell you that. I can't wait until my new visual setup happens so we can get some of this shit clipped up. But right now we're in the embryonic stages, and I want to build with the people that's building with us as we build, right? The people that's going to say, no, I'm not buying a Glock. Yeah, I like a Glock. It's great out the box. It's a fucking Honda Accord. Simple, boringly reliable, not too many parts. Cool. But I won't be doing it. You do not reward fucking anti-gun moves, even if it comes from a seeming pro-gun company. And Republicans have forgotten this. And the pundit class have been loving it because they don't have to be maintained a fucking standard. Calling yourself a patriot, you don't have to it don't cost you nothing. You just get to say it. You just get to say, I'm a patriot. And don't nobody hold you to a fucking standard because the Republicans just be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we still gonna buy Glock. I mean, we back to blue. The fucking founders was not fucking talking that back to blue shit, you mopes. Stop it. Corporate compliance is how rights get chipped away. And I'm not supposed to talk about it. Because I'm supposed to just do what the Hodge twins do, what Matt Walsh do, what Candace used to do, what Brandon Tatum do now. I'm supposed to act like the government is really, really good for us. That's what I'm supposed to act like. And then I'm supposed to act like I'm supposed to support law enforcement officers that are revenue generators for the state. I'm supposed to act like I don't understand everything that we have in our Civics and Liberty 101 class about limiting government and how the founders was like, too much government is a fucking problem. I'm not supposed to do that because I'm supposed to do what all of these other fucking mopes do. I'm supposed to sell y'all out and not tell y'all the truth. I'm supposed to want to be in the in crowd with the whatever them fucking dorks is. I don't know, y'all. I don't know the name of the one kid that fucking got a weird, all of them fucking fake Con Inc. people, the young ones and the older ones. I'm supposed to sell y'all out to them. And I've been in all of them rooms. I stopped going to that shit. I'm like, ugh, you people are fucking disgusting. They either tap dancing for the government or they don't know how to control their fucking bigotry. You can say, I disagree with the Israeli government and their actions internationally and in Israel without saying it's the Jews. No, you just don't like the Jews because you are more like a Nazi than you wanted to believe and the left called you on it. There's a way to say we need to handle the bad apples in certain communities without going, you blacks are 13% of the population that do 50% of the crime. Outside of the fact that that's factually inaccurate. It's not true. Outside of that, you just like galvanizing around hate and bigotry, dividing Americans. That's what it is. Because you can galvanize low IQ people from any demographic. It's easier to galvanize people off of hate and low vibrational thinking. It's way easier. I post a video talking about some drama shit. 1 million views. Is that good for Americans? No, it's not. Is it good for you? No, it's not. I post something saying, hey, here's the work that we've done. Here's the solutions that we have. I say, hey, everybody watching this, please repost it. We are conditioned to not support things that are good for us. In the Matrix, they talked about that. They said, Agent Smith said, I want to share a revelation with you. My time here. The first Matrix was designed as a paradise, but your primitive minds kept trying to wake up. We had it too good. Humans, most of you, base your lives off of misery. They sure is, Mike. Listen to what Mike Dubose said. Phoenix Ammunition is an actual Pro 2A company. They only sell to we the people. They don't have any contracts with law enforcement. Additionally, they call out bad cops on the regular. I highly recommend purchasing ammunition from them. Phoenix Ammunition has been our ammo sponsor at BGM for years. None of our students have paid for firearms shooting because of Phoenix Ammunition. Did y'all know that? For years. Phoenix Ammunition, every single student that has shot a gun at any of our classes has been because of Phoenix Ammunition's ammo. There are companies that are doing the right thing. Are the pundits giving them that? They talk about X is the place of free speech. They say that, right? X won't allow Phoenix Ammunition to pay for ads on X. Mr. Free Speech X. Elon is right now talking about, the Muslim invasion in Britain with no fucking solution. Elon, why don't you back the fuck up and get rid of tweet cred and make it where pro-gun companies in America can advertise, but you won't. Because you're not an actual fucking conservative. You actually have an energy like some of them racist fucking South Africaners. And I've been to South Africa. I've been to Joburg. I've been there. So then when I say it as, mine's just like a leftist. No, I'm looking at what's happening. Mr. The whites are under attack. You the same motherfucker that said the reason why Donald Trump isn't putting out the Epstein list is because he's on it. Now y'all cool again? You was either lying about it then or you lying about it now. This ain't a free speech platform on X. Stop. Tweet cred is still a thing. It's a social credit score going on X that mimics the Chinese social credit score. Stop it. But your pundits will dick ride and boost the algorithm off of division because that's what X supports. Not doing the hard work of trying to identify and network with solid Americans of all backgrounds. Tell me a pundit that's saying that and living it. Tell me one. No, they're not. But meanwhile, Glock is discontinuing dozens of pistol models because of a switch. An aftermarket product that they were not legally liable for. We didn't make that. We didn't shoot that. But your pundits ain't talking about it. They ain't talking about it. You know what else they ain't talking about? Her. Y'all know who that is? Let me hear in the chat. Guys, listen, there's 223 of y'all watching. We need your support. We need everybody's support. Guys, GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. I need everybody, every single body, go be a $100 donor. Why? Because we need your support to keep these fights going on. Our work has been free to all because of your voluntary donations over the last 8-9 years. Y'all know who she is? That's the new leader in charge over there at Moms Demand Action. Let me tell y'all a quick story. Years ago when I first started doing this work, there's a nonprofit called Ceasefire PA, which is an anti-gun organization from Pennsylvania. Okay? They hired a young black dude. I ran into him. I was downtown. He was like, hey, I'm whatever his name was. And we have a positive rapport. It's like Wile E. Coyote and the fucking sheepdog. You're here to try to stop me. Okay? Point being, they hired this dude, and he told me, he was like, yeah, they hired me to come after you because they needed a younger voice to attack what you're doing. He told me. This is what, that was years ago. We still was beating their ass. If y'all ever watch my Vice debate against the executive vice president of Prevention of America, I smashed that chick. Pause. Absolutely mopped the floor with her. What do the anti-gunners do? They go get a black woman, a mom, and they start teaching firearms classes. Everytown for Gun Safety has their version of Black Guns Matter. Oh, we want people to be safe. We're not anti-gun. Are your pundits talking about that? No. Naturally Armed with the $20 super chat. We need 9 more, y'all. Appreciate y'all. If you're in the New Jersey tri-state area, if you need firearms instruction, go see and subscribe to Naturally Armed's channel. Okay? Support the people supporting the work. I absolutely destroyed that lady. Mohagan says she was so flustered. I love that debate. They can't fuck with us. So what they do is they get low and they shift tactics. They are not stupid. They're playing dumb. It's the drunk monkey technique. If you ever watch Kung Fu movies from back in the day. Again, I know some of y'all is babies. Y'all whippersnappers. I'm 65 years old. I just eat a lot of vegetables and fruit and drink water, and I practice the solutionary 9. That's why I don't look 65. All right? They're doing the drunk monkey. They're playing like they stupid, but they smart, and they adapting. And they go look and say, how can we make ourselves look more, you know what I mean? This is a smart idea. When the chessboard move happens, and you on the one side of the chessboard and the other person's on the other side, I say this all of the time. When your opposition makes a good move, you just make note that that was a good move. When people make good moves, you should assume that it's based on intelligence and wisdom, not fucking accident and stupidity. This is not a stupid move. This is a smart move. Because if they're better at reaching moderates like Black Guns Matter was, people on the left that identify as moderate, or they becoming politically homeless, and they're looking for a place to go, and somebody shows up and teaches them about firearms in a safe and responsible way and nullifies the narrative that anti-gunners have presented, then more people go buy guns. So they go, let's jump in that space and let's lean people to our narrative. If you learn from a person, they teach you about safe and responsible gun ownership, and they say stuff in the class and you don't have any understanding yet, and they say, yeah, you only really need a handgun. You really only need 10 bullets. Then you are on board with their narrative of magazine capacity bans. You understand? It's a smart move. But are our pundits talking about it? I did a month ago. Did a whole show on it. It's on my YouTube. It's on my Instagram page too. Did some content over there. It's smart. It's smart. But when I say, hey, it's 250 of y'all in the show, we need 370 supporters at the $100 level to keep this work going. Everybody should tap the fuck in. And I'm not saying it like, yo, y'all, buy me a Bentley. I'm saying you can come use the Solutionary Center too. Teach a class there for free. They have billions of dollars. Moms Demand Action in Everytown for Gun Safety is bankrolled by Michael Bloomberg, the billionaire that used to be the mayor of New York. That's who funds them. We just a motley crew. We Leonidas and the boys just walking to the hot gate. We ain't even got our whole army on deck yet. It's just me moving forward, about to get sold out by fucking Effiantis. Are you one of the 300 or are you one of them fucking, that's what a lot of these pundits are. You didn't want to wear the crimson red. You didn't want to really be the fucking warrior class. When I told you I couldn't use you for this, you wanted to sell out to the fucking Persians and Xerxes and them. That's what a lot of the pundit class is. Fucking sellouts that's going to tell the people now the fucking warriors that's trying to defend the whole country get sold out and fucking murdered because you wanted to be accepted by the rhinos. Xerxes ain't have fucking warriors with him. He had slaves. Leonidas, I'm willing to lead and die about this shit. I'm willing to kill about this shit. I'm willing to live for this shit. Because I'm actually a patriot. I'm the fucking archetype. And you should feel that same way about yourself. And that should be based on you being confident because you put the fucking work in. Hey, I may not be able to rumble the same way that Maj is, but I'm going to send that hundo so he can keep doing that fucking work. I may not be able to teach a long distance class to everybody because I enjoy long distance, but I could teach the forearms or I could da-da-da-da, I could repost. Everybody got a way to fucking do it, man. Help. Help. Keimer Shadow said the Immortals went kind of hard. No, the fuck they didn't. We ripped the fucking Immortals. We put their name to the test. Come to find out their name was Cap. Everybody bleed. These billionaire organizations, the motherfuckers ain't hard. They don't go hard. They just got a lot of money. They don't got heart. They don't got soldiers. They got slaves. They don't got warriors. They got slaves. I'm telling y'all, we trying to build more warrior class and we need your help. I'm telling y'all that our pundit class ain't talking about the shit they supposed to talk about. They selling you out. Glock sold you out. They not doing what Phoenix Ammo do. They selling you out. They telling you a lie. They saying, oh, we gonna change our whole... Glock has been known for its reliability. Do you know that most law enforcement in America carries a Glock 19 or a Glock 22? Did y'all know that? That is the most used firearm in law enforcement across the ranks. Glock 19 or Glock 22. Did y'all know that? Their mind says, we selling gun. Glock is an Austrian company. They're from Austria. They're not from America. Gaston Glock was Austrian. Where fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's from. And we see what he said about freedom. To hell with your freedoms. During the COVID shit, I ain't forget. Oh, no. I ain't forget. So that company needs to feel the force of, okay, we don't fuck with you then. But when we call people that boycott, we call them fucking economic terrorists. So that's what the left do. Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up, anybody that ain't in alignment with this limited government shit, we don't want you getting no fucking money on our block. Like Rob said, that's that Maccabee energy. That warrior class energy. Lion of Judah shit. That's what I'm about. I'm turning fucking flipping tables over. Your pundit class is selling you under the table. Selling you out under the table. They making fun of 40 million Americans while not telling you why 40 million Americans need assistance, while not telling you 40 million Americans need assistance and they got jobs, low-key being bigots or attempting to kind of be bigots, while not talking about the real shit, while the left is doing this shit. This is so smart. That's chef's kiss. This smart. She looks safe. I used to do this. They don't even got no picture of her with a gun. She looks safe. And then they teach gun classes. Woo, them boys smart. Y'all better hope they don't come by me. Because I'm struggling to get the last $37,000 to buy a building. If I start a PR company, maybe I'll do that. Start a consulting company and then they'll hire me for millions of dollars to come whip y'all ass. Who knows? I don't know if I could morally do it. But goddamn, y'all making it rough for a brother. This is why, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. This is why our heroes either sell out or they die penniless. We don't get behind our heroes the way we should. Let's go back to the movie 300. The politicians sold Leonidas out because they was getting money from Xerxes. Remember that one bull that slept with Leonidas' wife? He said that's what he wanted from the situation, right? Saying all of that to say, the people that are supposed to be behind, and don't get me wrong, there's some of y'all that's behind this. Mahogany just said she's behind this. I'm with you. I'm with y'all, right? Let me be clear. This ain't a diss towards everybody that has, you know what I mean? I'm saying we got to do more. But the people that haven't been behind this at all, that pretend like they behind these things, they're not even talking about this shit. They're not even talking about this shit. They're talking about shit that has nothing to do with anything. For the clicks. They want acceptance from the rhino class. They want to be able to go to the White House, so they don't want to be too critical of Trump. They don't want to be too critical of the anti-gun administration because that's Pam Bondi, that's his pick. They are anti-gun. It's no longer a question at this point. Okay? But they don't want you to say it. Everytown is an anti-gun organization suddenly offering safety training. They pushed this black woman as the spokesperson for optics. It's smart. It is psychological warfare. It is, if you can't beat the culture, infiltrate it. Like the goofball that showed up in this space today. You can't beat me, so you're going to try to infiltrate. But I hold the fucking line. We fight like the 300. We are single, penetrable phalanx. Fight. It ain't no Trojan horses getting up in this bitch. They are mentoring future anti-gun gun owners. Think about how smart that is. It's what I did. I used racism back against the left to block them out of the way. I said, all gun control is racist. They had their computing started to get fucked up. They was like, we want to say racist, but we pro-gun. So they was like, let's just not fight him. Let's get somebody that could fight him. And they got their ass whipped too. So I went in and we started just shifting the minds of all of the people that they couldn't fight me on. This is smart. I'm telling you because I did it for a decade. Hopefully I can continue to do it until we win. We need 370 more $100 donors to do so. Shouts to Fundamentals with the $10 super chat. We need, I think, 8 more. Something like that. With BGM on that. Black Guns Matter. Appreciate that. Mike says, in the law enforcement industrial complex, contracts matter more than the right to keep and bear arms. Fuck Glock, 100%. 100% fuck Glock. I'll never buy, if that's their status and they're going to stay on that, I'll never buy a Glock. They change, they get back right in alignment with it. Cool, maybe I'll think about it, but no, not now. The stakes are too high. This is all happening while Palantir and the surveillance state is going on. Your supposed pro-gun conservative House, Senate, and executive branch is 1,000% anti-gun. He hired anti-gun red flag Bondi. She's pushing back against languaging that would get suppressors and short SBRs off of the NFA list. That is his person. Meanwhile, they're rebranding as pro-gun, meaning the left. So now we got two sides that's doing anti-gun shit. It's smart. If I was the overlords and the lizard people that's hiding and pretending like they humans to get you in a completely consumer, energy drain, slave, commerce buying state, I would do it too. It's smart. We've been teaching safety, actually doing it. They condemned us. Now they emulate us. Motherfuckers hate us because they ain't us. I hope you guys got that movie reference. Please watch more movies so my fucking jokes can land. Okay? Motherfuckers hate us because they ain't us. What movie is that from, y'all? Somebody tell me in the chat. The politicians are suddenly gun owners. She a gun owner now. David Hogg for the last year been talking about, I've been going shooting. My dad owns guns. My da-da-da-da-da-da-da. A whoop-de-ba-ba-da-ba-da. That's what these motherfuckers are doing. It's a culture war. We control gun identity based on what we do. We need your help in doing that. Our fight is culture, policy, and ideology. All of it. Just like a solutionary, to become a stronger solutionary, you got to be smarter, you got to be a better shooter, and you got to be stronger. You got to work out, you got to study, and you got to shoot. We got a holistic program for everybody. Very simple. Video modules. Everybody that's $100 donor, you get access to that. Just like Germ did earlier today in the show. Our fight is culture, legislation, and ideology. They are trying to rebrand gun ownership as government approved, politically filtered, restricted, and regulated. That's the play. That's what they're trying to do. And the right is helping them. It's not a difference. The so-called conservatives are just so-called progressives going the speed limit, driving to the same off-ramp of fuck your freedoms. They're getting off the fuck your freedoms exit to go into slavery town. That's where they both trying to drive you. One is just driving faster. Government approved, politically filtered, restricted, and regulated. That's the play. We educate, mobilize, and train. Comfort is going to kill this movement. I'm going to ask you all to be uncomfortable tonight. I don't give a fuck what y'all call me. I don't give a fuck if y'all call me a grifter. I don't give a fuck if you call me a beggar. I don't give a fuck. I know that this work works, and its work does not work without everybody helping. We got 300 people watching tonight. Let's get 30 people to donate at the $100 level. I'm going to get the email right here for anybody that does. It's going to pop up right on my phone. It's going to be uncomfortable. Let's say you only got $1,000 laying around, whatever your number is. I'm going to ask you to give me 10% of your fucking $1,000. If 300 of you do that, we keep this shit going. We educate, mobilize, and actually train. The comfort that I'm asking you guys to break is the thing that's going to kill our movement. The movements need resources to continue. The engagement from your discomfort from going, damn, I was going to get drunk this weekend, but I'm going to hook Maj up. I'm going to keep the movement going. That discomfort is what we need and that engagement to sustain this movement. We got 3 days left. Today and 2 more days. Halloween at midnight. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. This fucking anti-gun machine is evolving. I'm telling you, they're the fucking T-1000. Movie reference, Terminator. Okay? They're the T-1000. They're the one that was the fucking liquid metal. They are evolving. They're not just a regular cyborg. I'm telling you. I could beat them. I know what they are. I just need help. They're evolving. They're fucking AI. They're learning. They're using culture. They're using identity. They picked a black woman with locks. They picked Jasmine Crockett and said, say pro-gun shit now. Say you're pro-gun. Say you're a gun owner. They use an identity. They use identity politics all the time. They think they can out-organize us. They can outspend us. They can't out-organize and beat us. I just need help. I can beat these motherfuckers. We was whipping their ass and we ain't even raised $1 million. The budget for Everytown is like $30 million. I want to say that again. The budget for Everytown for gun safety is $30 million. They can outspend us, but they can't out-connect. They can't out-organize. They can't out-educate, out-safety, out-train us. We train real people in the hood. We build real fucking community. If you believe the Second Amendment believes and belongs to the people, not the politicians, fucking help. There's literally 300 of you. This is what gets me. We're talking about the movie 300. There's 300 of you in here right now. If everybody does this, we are done. We keep it going. I will live for this shit. I like my job. I love doing this. We've been successful. We've made firearms instructors. Removing the financial barrier to entry for a beginner and getting them on board, and then they go to the range and you can't, that person doesn't get plugged back into the matrix. When you run somebody through the importance of civics, the Second Amendment, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, history, gun safety, understanding imminent threat, all of the things that you get for being a donor, you get all of the video modules. I want you to take advantage of that by helping us continue whip the anti-gunners' ass. When you share that with your family, your friends, your loved ones, you're making them safer and more responsible. You're strengthening your country women and your countrymen. That's what this really means. And it's 300 of us. If everybody did the $99 or more, you'd get that access and we would be done. I'll go, whew. Damn, we got that done. We don't have to think about that for a little while. We got that one building. Listen, man, I don't say shit I know I don't know. I can beat these people. We can beat these people. They got $30 million and they had to regroup because we've been busting their ass the whole time. We have yet to raise $1 million in 9 years. That's actually a strike for us in a good way, and that's a check for us in a negative way. The fact that we can't say we raised $10 million is a fucking problem. We should raise $1 million a year, in my view. But we ain't going to focus on that. We're going to take one step at a time. I'm going to ask everybody, go to givesendgo.com/solutionary. Give at the $100 level. Boom. This email happens. I get your email. I respond to you. I onboard you to all of those things, that private community, those firearms classes and video modules. This transformative, empowering information that does not make a man or woman fit to be a slave once they're exposed to it. I want you to create force multipliers. Take that same login that you get from being a donor, from getting access to Solutionary University, give it to all of your friends and family like the fucking Netflix password. Share it with them. They have a lot of resources. We don't. We need everybody to pitch in. You cannot tell me these people, they don't have freedom on their side. They don't have the Bill of Rights on their side. They don't have natural law on their side. They don't have limited government and history on their side. They got tyranny on their side. Help us fight the fucking tyranny. Or don't be talking that like, yeah, don't talk, man, don't be them pundits. If you a solutionary, be a solutionary. Don't be these fucking people looking for your fucking pieces of silver. We are American as fuck. We got to act like it. We need your help, guys. 2 days left. Tonight and 2 days. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Thank you all for tapping in. Share the space all over the place. We ain't got no fucking ad sponsors. Let's bust they ads. Everybody, go donate. Okay, I'll say it. If you can't give 100, give whatever the fuck you can. 1,000 of y'all giving $10, you get the math. Okay? GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Thank y'all all for tapping in. Germ, thank you for that $100 donation. Appreciate you all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Share this all over the place. Repost it if you're watching. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Rumble, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching on X, Facebook, whatever, share it all over the place. But we need everybody's support in sharing as well as giving. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Thank you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Be safe. Be solution.